Hey, um, hi. Sorry, I I know you're probably trying to enjoy your coffee right now, because you only get so much coffee break time, but I was wondering um, if maybe I could talk to you for a second. um, God, okay. This is so much harder than I thought it would be. Mm. I've been practicing this conversation in my head for like weeks. Like entire weeks. And every time I see you in the hallway or at your desk, I just kind of chicken out and give you that awkward little wave instead of actually saying what I want to say. One second. You probably think I'm just the weird, quiet girl from accounting, right? The one who always brings way too many snacks to the office potlucks, and the one who gets a little too excited about Excel spreadsheets. I I do really like Excel spreadsheets. That's not dissing on Excel spreadsheets. And if that's your impression of me, then it would actually be pretty accurate. But there is more to me than color coded budgets and an unhealthy obsession with office supplies. I promise. Ah. Like, did you know that I make really good pancakes? And I have this whole collection of vintage band t-shirts that I never get to wear to work because of the whole dress code thing. Um, oh, and I can do this thing where I can identify any song from the 90s within like 3 seconds. It's a very specific and totally useless skill, but I still have it. Sorry, I'm rambling. I do that when I'm nervous, which is pretty much in any social situation, especially when I'm around you, if I'm being totally honest. The thing is, cutie. Oh god, did I just call you cutie out loud? Oof. Ugh. I definitely haven't been calling you that in my head for months. um, I'm sorry, this is going so awkwardly. Not really the best at this whole social interaction thing. The thing is, I have this massive, embarrassing, like totally obvious crush on you. Like the kind of crush that makes me forget how to form entire sentences when you ask me about quarterly reports. Like last week, you came to me and asked about the marketing budget, and I just stood there making weird, kind of squeaking noises for like 5 or 10 seconds. um, yeah, that was because you were wearing that that blue shirt that really makes your eyes just look phenomenal. And then I completely forgot how to use numbers or words. Mm, very, very professional of me. I know we don't really know each other super well at all yet, maybe. I mean, I've had those little conversations with you by the coffee machine, and you just always say hi when you pass my desk. And that one time we got stuck in the elevator together for 20 minutes, and you were so sweet, and we talked about our favorite Netflix shows, and you helped calm me down when I started freaking out. Oh, that elevator conversation just kind of stuck with me. It was the best 20 minutes of my entire month. Maybe. I don't know. You're just so funny and easy to talk to. And when you laughed at my terrible joke about the accounting department being something special, I don't know. It was hard to get it out of my head. I could have just melted right there in that tiny little elevator. And then there was the office Christmas party where we ended up talking like by the punch bowl. We were standing in line and then just kept chatting, and it was an hour later and we talked about books and movies and that weird documentary about what was it, competitive dog grooming that we both somehow just loved. uh and you just have this way of listening, like really listening and not just waiting for your turn to talk, but actually paying attention to what I'm saying. Even when I feel like I'm going on and rambling, oversharing. But here's the thing. Mm. I've been wanting to ask you something for a couple months, but I keep losing my nerve because, well, you know how workplace romances can be kind of complicated, and what if you say no and then we have to see each other every day, and I just don't want it to be all awkward and weird and mess anything up. Like, I do really like this job, and I do really like my Excel spreadsheets. But then I realized that being awkward and weird is kind of my default setting already. So, what's the worst that could really happen? So, all of this long rambling preamble to say, would you maybe possibly potentially want to go out with me sometime? Like an actual date outside of this fluorescent lit office building where I can wear my vintage band t-shirts and show you that I'm actually kind of cool when I'm not trying to explain budget variances and I just would really love to get to know you too, And I know this really cute little cafe downtown that has the best coffee and these amazing pastries, and they have board games and books everywhere, and there's plenty of space for us to be able to kind of find our own little nook. It's exactly the kind of place where we could just sit and talk for hours without anyone from HR giving us weird looks. We can talk more about that dog grooming show if you want to. hmm Oh, I'm, or if coffee feels like too much, since we're always drinking coffee here, we could do something completely different. I'm not really picky. Like, we could do mini golf. Do you like mini golf? I'm really bad at it, but it's hilarious to watch me try. Or we could go to that new bookstore that just opened, or there's this escape room that's a lot of fun, just like down the street. uh, sorry. I'm doing that thing again where I plan out the entire relationship before the person has even answered the question of whether or not they want to go out with me. uh, it is a problem that I'm working on. Oh. I, Based on our interaction so far, I know that I like you and I think that we could get along really well. And I know that we work together and I barely even know your middle name or whether you prefer tea or coffee or what your favorite color is. Oh, but I want to know those things. Mm, I If you're interested, I would be interested in knowing way more about you. Like what makes you laugh, what you do on weekends, whether you're a morning person or a night owl, what your go to karaoke song is. And yes, I'm maybe totally assuming that you do karaoke. I feel like everyone has a secret karaoke song. Even the people who claim that they don't do karaoke. It's like a universal law of the universe. The truth is, I kind of look forward coming to work and seeing you and saying hi. And I used to dread Monday mornings, but now I get excited because I know I'll get to see you and maybe we'll have one of our little conversations or get stuck in the elevator again and have time to chat about weekend plans or that TV show we're both watching. And maybe I've been timing my coffee breaks to coincide with yours a little bit. And maybe I've been taking the long way past your desk sometimes just to see if you're there and see if I can say hi to you. And maybe I've been wearing my cutest work appropriate outfits on days when I know we have meetings together. Oh, God, I sound like such a stalker. I'm not a stalker, I promise. I'm just observant. Maybe a tiny bit obsessed with your smile. So what do you say, Katie? Want to give this awkward accounting girl a chance to show you that she's actually kind of awesome outside of spreadsheets and budget meetings? I promise I'm way more fun than my reputation would suggest. Way more fun than even this conversation would suggest. I can quote entire movies, I make excellent playlist recommendations, and I give some pretty good hugs. Hmm. Plus, I'll never judge you for your Netflix viewing habits, so no matter how questionable they may be, I will not. That's not something you'll have to worry about. And who knows? Maybe we'll discover we have even more in common than our shared love of weird documentary series and terrible office coffee. Maybe this could be the start of something really special. uh, you just have to put up with my awkwardness first. So, is that a yes? Please say it's a yes, because I don't think my poor heart can handle much more of this suspense, and I'm pretty sure I'm about to vibrate right out of this room from the nervous energy. Ah. Either way, no matter what your response is, I really appreciate you for listening to me ramble without running away. That's actually pretty amazing all on its own. But that being said, I do hope you say yes.